EJ Speed spoke to the media and talked about the defense and how there's got to be accountability on the defense and how they can't allow people to gash the Colts again and again and again via the run and continue to look at yourselves in the mirror and not make adjustments. That's what EJ Speed has to talk about. I like EJ Speed. I think he's pretty self-effacing during this media availability, and I like that.
But have you noticed any big differences from last year to this year?
No big differences. We got to get off the field for sure. I think we getting up on the scoreboard can help out with the run just because you force the offensive coordinator to open up their playbook at that point, and try to, take some shots on second down and third. I mean, so many run attempts. I mean, of course, they're going to get some yards. No excuses to our play because we have missed some run fits and we have missed some tackles that we should have made in these last two games. So I think Wednesday we'll just knuckle down on the run and just make sure that we get it corrected so we can force some guys to some third and longs and make some plays on the ball.
Bob?
Yeah, EJ, when you guys give up 474 yards rushing in two games, do you take that personally, and should your teammates be taking that personally?
Definitely, it's a personal thing. I believe when we talk about defeating the run, most of it is want to, and we gotta find our niche in that, and we need to prove this week in Chicago that we are a force against the run, and I'm sure we can do that. I'm confident in this week. I think that the defense grew a little bit this last game in a sense of we come out, we play the Texan game, we give up 150 in a run to a running back, and then we come out and do it again. And I believe at this point now it's like it's in our face that like, nah, this is a problem that we need to fix.
We'll go to James.
EJ, Zaire said something similar in the locker room yesterday about growing after yesterday's game. And can you just explain, I guess, that or expound on that and what that means after, the Packers did whatever they wanted to on the ground?
It's just a reality thing. Like, it's just a reality thing. You give up that something like that 2 weeks in a row. You come to a reality that it's a problem, like I said. So it's like once you can accept that it's a problem, I think it's growth in that. So I think I know dang well I accepted it, being a linebacker and you know what I mean, and teams running the ball on us. I know I accepted it, and I know this week I'll be doing everything in my power to stop the run.
Greg?
EJ, hey, you mentioned, I think you said something about getting up on the scoreboard would help. It would force the OC to do their playbook. Did you guys kind of go into this game knowing Malik Willis was their quarterback? Did you go into this though, run heavy, thinking they're gonna run until they don't have to? Would the scoreboard really matter in that regard?
We went into the game plan with a game plan against we haven't seen Malik play much other than at Tennessee, but we went into it with a pretty efficient game plan in my eyes. Like I said, it just comes down to those executions, bro. Like you got to execute, and the name of the game is to score and stop people from scoring. And if we can do that, then we'll be okay. It's 2 losses. A lot of people is in a frenzy. I know our fans expecting more from us right now. At this time of year, but I think we'll get the ball rolling, and it's a league of streaks. You go on a 4-game winning streak, and everybody forget about what happened in week 1 and 2.
Thanks.
George?
EJ, we've all seen what Buck's been able to do from the outside. From inside the locker room, what does he mean to this defense, and what would his absence mean this week?
As long as Buck can still be Buck, I mean, we'll miss his presence on the field. Of course, we all know 9-9 is a force on the field that can't be reckoned with. But as long as Buck stays Buck, which I know he will, around the building and just being there for everybody from the offense to the defense to special teams and everything, and being the captain that he is, I think his presence will still be felt on Sunday.
And last one from James.
EJ, I know Gus Bradley's catching a lot of heat right now, obviously, after the performances you all have had, but as someone who had a career year under him last year, know him very well, I guess what are the conversations like now where you mentioned you got to respond in week 3?
Gus just preach staying consistent and being genuine in what we need to get better at. Like I said, it's all of us, man. It's from the players and the coaches and everything that we need to correct. I don't want to point the blame on no one person. Not on offense, not on defense, not on special teams. I think we all has made a pact to stay together throughout this season, through the ups and downs, and it's gonna be it's gonna be more ups than downs. I'm for sure of that.
You know, this as a defense, you can't allow 200 yards on the ground. You just can't. And to do that over the course of the first 2 games of a season, that doesn't really give fans, give anybody who's invested in the team a lot of reason for hope that this thing can change. And the issue I've got with it is if you're going to answer the challenge in game number 3 after failing in games number 1 and number 2, how are you so wrong in assessing your own strengths and weaknesses to allow the first 2 games to happen? I know there's no turning back the clock. There's no making it 9-10 days ago before all this started to unwind. But you know what? If you weren't ready to give the effort and do the things necessary, the detail work, the fits in the run game, if you weren't ready to do that week 1, why not?